Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is National Master Laurent Belakis, and today I have a special guest, our captain for many years at NEJ, Evan Meyers. Welcome to the show, Evan.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And how about you tell us a little bit, when did you start playing chess and what inspired you to play chess?
Well, I came to New Hope Academy in 6th grade, and I saw all these good players on the chess team, and it inspired me to become as good as them. They were actually third in the nation. They were dominating the Lower Bucks County Scholastic Chess League.
Wow, that's a very nice way to start, to have better players around you and always teach you and coach you, inspire you. So it was a dream come true for you,
Yeah.
to start the program. So what kind of life lessons did you learn? What chess taught you?
It taught me things like thinking ahead and better focus, but mostly it taught me patience. Like, I couldn't stand in a line for 5 minutes before coming to New Hope and playing chess, but now I can do it for hours.
What chess means? What chess meant to you, and when you start at the beginning, and how things change? Because over the time, it meant more for you. At the beginning, it was just a game, and then became more.
At the beginning, it seemed like just a game, but I started playing it, and I was really enjoying it. And then I saw all these opportunities that chess opened up for me, and it became a part of my life.
It's great to hear. I'm really happy to hear that. And today, we will analyze one of your games that you played at Princeton Day School a few weekends ago. And you've been black in this game.
Yes.
And let's see the game here. White started with e4, c5, knight f3, d6, and white played d4, the open Sicilian, and you played g6. What kind of Sicilian is this?
Dragon.
The dragon variation of the Sicilian, which is one of the most analyzed opening in chess. And white played f4. It's a very interesting approach. Unusual a little bit, because most of the time the white players will play f3, controlling the g4 square and preparing queen d2 and long castling. For example, black could play short castle, queen d2, knight c6, long castle, bishop d7, and here it's a lot of moves. White could just play, let's say, g4 is one of the moves, or he could play bishop c4 instead of g4, which was played by Bobby Fischer, the only American world chess champion, right?
Yeah.
And it's a very sharp position. Let's get back to the game where white played f4 and you played knight c6. Now, did you think about short castling during the game?
Yes, but I wanted to delay castling a little bit.
You wanted to delay castling, so you wanted to gain a tempo and try to use the tempo, the move, to create counterplay.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So you played knight c6 and white captured on c6 and you captured back, but now the minus of your plan is that your king stays in the center, correct?
Yeah.
And white played queen d2, and again, instead of castling, you played c5. So what was the idea behind c5?
I wanted to line up on the b file.
You wanted to line up on the b file with the heavy pieces,
yeah,
and attack the b2 pawn.
Yes.
So again, you had a plan, but the minus of the plan is your king in the center. So here white could have punished you by pushing e5, and if you take then he trades queens. He's gonna long castle with check, his king safe and sound, his rook gets activated on the open file, king c7, pawn takes e5 and attacks your knight, and now knight moves away, and now white could just play knight d5. This knight is protected by the rook, and white is the one in control here, because after bishop takes c5, the knight, the bishop attack on e7, his rook is active, his bishop is active, right? So it's very, very hard for black to create the counterplay that usually you will have in the dragon openings. So white just played one move by hand, and he long castled, natural move, and you played rook b8, sticking to your plan. White played d5, attacking your knight, and you don't move the knight, you played queen b6. Obviously you're threatening
checkmate.
Queen takes b2, checkmate. So white has this in-between move, bishop b5 check. Did you see this move when you played queen b6? Or it came as a surprise for you?
It came as a surprise for me.
So even at a higher level players, so if you are a beginner, you're an unrated player, or you are a 700, 800, 1000 player, even higher rated players, even Evan is a 1326, he still misses moves, and that doesn't mean that he quit. He played king f8, and you still stayed in the game, and you continued the game, and after pawn takes f6, you're down a piece, basically, but now you are threatening what? You always have pressure on the piece on b5, and you always have pressure against the b2 pawn. So white has to be very careful here. So white played a4, protecting his bishop, and now white is ready to play knight d5 and to attack your queen and the bishop. So you played bishop e6, controlling the d5 square. Correct?
Yes.
Now you're threatening again a6 to attack the bishop, and you want to deliver this checkmate on b2. So white played b3, but with b3 all the black squares around the king, they get weak, and the long diagonal opened up. Plus the b3 pawn is a weakness. So after a6 natural move, white played bishop d3. I think here was the critical moment of the game where you had to pick between two candidates' moves, and one of the moves that comes to my mind is bishop takes b3 here. Did you think about this move during the game?
I did. I didn't think it all the way through. I didn't know if it would be successful or not.
So
because I was already on a piece, I didn't want to risk another piece.
But once you say A, you have to say B, and you have to say C. You have to go all the way down, right? Especially if you could get back one of your pieces. And here it looks to me that you have a huge attack, because the B file opens up, and you always threatening all kind of tricks here. So if knight moves away to e2, you could start with queen a3 check, rook b2, and queen a1. Not even taking the queen, just finishing with checkmate.
Yeah.
So it will be very, very hard to play on the white side this position. The pressure is so high, so big. The attack is really, really big. So I would prefer black here, even if it's two pieces down. But in the game, you choose to play queen b4. What was the idea behind queen b4? Why did you play queen b4?
To attack the knight and pin it.
So you attack the knight on c3, plus the queen has an entry square on a3. And if the knight moves away, which he did in the game,
queen takes queen takes a4 and
queen takes a4.
And if he took, I would play bishop b2.
And if he takes bishop b2, checkmate. That's a beautiful checkmate. The bishop is protected by the rook, and the king is in checkmate. So this is a beautiful queen sacrifice on a4. Obviously white didn't take, and he played c4. And now you picked up another pawn, and all these files opened up here, and you still have these powerful bishops. Again, I would prefer black, because if this rook from the corner could join to the party and join to the attack, I think white is done. I think black is winning. So queen c2. I think here if you would have played king g7, give him the move, followed by rook h to b8, and then your rook could just go in, invade. You will win the queen here. Did you think about king g7?
No, I missed it.
So you thought that you have to do something because you're down a piece and you have to act right away, otherwise the attack will go away?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why you played bishop b2 check, king d2. So with this idea, with these checks, you moved out from the pin. So your rook can move now. But the king is more safer on the king side, right, than on the queen side.
Because all my pieces are on the queen side.
Exactly. So bishop g4 check, and here was an interesting move. You could have played rook takes d3 check, if king takes d3, then bishop f5 check, and you win, and you win the queen. And if queen takes d3 check, queen b4 check, king e2, and you pin the queen again. So did you see this during the game?
I looked at rook takes d3. I thought I saw a way out of it, so I didn't play it. For him to get a way out, so I didn't play it.
So miscalculations, it could happen to all of us. And after queen b4 check, king e2, bishop g4 check, king f2, you capture the rook, and now white has two pieces for the rook, a bishop and a knight.
Yes.
For the rook. Bishop f6. Oh, so you were threatening rook b2?
Yes.
To pin. He played bishop d2. It will be interesting to play bishop d4 check now. No?
I should have played bishop d4 before.
So bishop d4 now, it will be very, very annoying for white, because you are threatening rook b2, right?
Yeah.
I think in this position, the rook, because of the attack on the king, the rook is stronger than the two pieces. So you played bishop f6, bishop d2, and here you played queen b7, and he started attacking your queen, and you couldn't move the queen away, or you couldn't capture the piece because the queen had to defend your rook. So you took it, basically offered you a draw with this repetition, right?
Yeah.
And it was a forced draw. Well, I want to thank you for all the hard work and dedication you put in all these years for New Hope Academy chess team, and it was a pleasure to work with you, to have you, to teach you, to coach you, and I wish you good luck wherever you choose to do in your life.
Thank you for having me on my team. It was so great playing with you all these years.
Thank you for listening, guys, and see you soon.